Hey, it's Thomas and welcome back on my channel. Today we are making lamps and I had this idea of making a lamp that looks like the tripod in World of the Wars or a bit like a bacteriophage, and I have all this wood, so let's go. So this is reclaimed wood and first step is to remove this notch. So I went to the miter saw and cut all of them off. And as you can see, the surface is not great because I don't know why. So I'm going to clean all the surface using a hand plane. By the way, I know that my French accent is outrageous, and if it's too horrible, you can just mute this video and tell me in the comment section if you prefer me to make a voiceover or if I just not talk at all, ever. Thanks. As you can see, I was quite happy with the shavings I was making, and the next step was actually to cut those sticks in two. So I went to the table saw to make these, and then I used my hand blade again to clean the freshly cut side of the sticks. Next, I wanted to add a chamfer on all the edges, and for that I used my small Japanese hand plane, and it was a lot of fun to use this pen. It's actually one of my favorite now. And now I'm cutting all the parts for the legs. And if you're wondering why I am not using the miter saw, it's because I usually work late at night and I don't want to wake up my daughter, so that's why I'm using hand tools. And then my OCD kicked in and I couldn't just leave it in the pile like that. And now I'm cutting 45 angles on each side, but as you'll see later, I'll just send them around. Donc ce que j'ai fait hors caméra, c'est que j'ai coupé toutes ces petites pièces qui sont en fait les pieds du tripode. Donc il faut qu'on coupe cette pièce là. So basically what I said in French is that off camera I cut all the little feet for the legs, and now what I have to cut is actually the pieces for the body. Then I went to the drill press to drill roughly 1,000 holes to screw everything together. And as you can see now, I'm running all the edges I made earlier, so it was a bit of waste of time, but it looks a lot better round than with the two chamfers. And finally I did a little bit of hand sanding, and it was finally time to glue everything together. So I started with the legs, and as you can see I just used rubber band as a clamp and it worked really well. And I made this jig to glue the three pieces that makes the base. And while it dries, I started working on the lamp shade, and I use this technique where you mix some wallpaper glue and then you put some cords in the glue and you wrap it around a balloon or something, and then you can let it dry, and once dry it keeps the forms. As you can see, I was doing everything at the same time. Right now the cord is saturating with some glue, so it left me time to do something else. As I said earlier, I'm using balloons for the shade, and I needed a specific shape, so I used some electric tape and wrap it around the balloon, and it gave me a closer shape that I was looking for. And then I started wrapping around the cords. It's a bit messy, but it cleans easily with water and it's actually quite fun to do. And once I have enough cord all around, I just let it dry. And I quickly noticed that after a few hours the balloons were deflating, so I added some air, as you can see, and it made this funny shape. And while the shades were drying, I used my block plane to clean all the glue up. By the way, if you went this far in the video, first thank you, and you might consider subscribing so you won't miss any other content I make. As a finish, I use this linseed oil and beeswax mix, and it works really nice. It's a all natural finish and it gives a nice warm color to the wood. And then it was assembly time, and it was really easy. I just used some special screws that can screw from the both sides. It's almost like a Lego kit. It's very easy and quick to make. Then it was time to do the electronics. I won't go into details here because it's very simple. You just have the bulb, the thing where you screw the bulb, a cord, you add a switch, and that's pretty much it really. There's no fun special things in there. I did a quick test to be sure that everything worked perfectly, and then I glued it in place in the base using super glue. At this point the shades were dry, so I can pop the balloon. As you can see, there was some glue residue, so off camera I cleaned it with an air compressor and a little brush. I also realized that I needed something to hold the shade on the body, so I cut those circles in MDF. And I directly glued them in the shade using some hot glue, and it held very well. I also used some black spray can to have a better color and to paint the MDF, and after that it was dry, I could just assemble everything together.
Finish. Allez, à plus.
Tripod activate. Activation.
Qu'est-ce qui se passe ici? N'importe quoi.
I hope you liked this video. It was fun for me to make. If you did, please like, share and subscribe, and you can check those lamps on my Etsy, and see you next time. Bye.